The challenge was simple. Spend $15 and see how much you could flip those items for by reselling them on platforms like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, etc. So how did I do? You're gonna have to watch to find out.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park and I'm a part-time reseller on reselling platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Kidizen, ThredUp, Shopify, Facebook Marketplace, the list goes on. And I say part-time because I actually have a full-time job as a high school choir teacher. I'm also married, I'm a mom of 2 kids. I've got a lot going on, but I really do love reselling. And that's what my channel is all about. If you enjoy reselling content, especially from the perspective of a part-time reseller, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. I was so excited because my friend Courtney from Bolo Buddies reached out and asked if I would be a part of this big collaboration, this big thrift challenge with a few other resellers. I believe there are 12 of us total. And what we did was we all went to different thrift stores around the nation. We spent $15 and now we're going to show you what we found for $15. It's pretty cool because a lot of these resellers have very different business models than me. A lot of them sell very different things than me. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I primarily sell new and used clothing. And there are a lot of people who are part of this challenge who sell things like electronics or like dishes and other things for the home and I don't know, all sorts of different things. So if you want a really cool picture of what reselling can look like, if you want to see a diversity of different kinds of resellers doing some really cool things, I will have all of their channels linked down below, and you can also search the hashtag thrift15 and you'll be able to see all of our videos. So I am going to share with you just a little bit about how my thrifting experience went. I'm going to warn you right now that there was some sort of smudge. Like apparently I took my GoPro and I just like put my fingers all over it right before I strapped it on. And so yeah, there's a smudge like the whole time. So I apologize for that, but you get to watch me thrift a little bit. I'm not going to show you everything in the thrift haul at the end of the video, just because I'm only supposed to show you the things that I got for $15 and share with you how much I can earn from them. But I will show you in the vlog some other things that I picked up. I just won't show them at the end for the challenge because we were only supposed to spend $15. So why don't you come thrifting with me? I don't know about you, but I always have stuff that I need to donate, just maybe bad buys or, you know, things that we find around the house that we're just not using anymore. So I always try to keep those things in our mudroom so that I have easy access to them whenever I head out to a thrift store. So I definitely had some stuff to donate. So I started by donating a bunch of stuff first and finding a good use for all these ThredUp boxes. I am at my favorite thrift store and I have basically like half an hour. So my plan of attack is to look at shoes first, and then maybe I'll look at like electronics. I don't know. I feel like they usually don't have stuff. Maybe I'll do a quick perusal through like the stuffed animals. Again, I don't know anything about that either, so we'll just see what happens, but wish me luck. If you've watched my channel before, you've seen me go to this particular thrift store before. In fact, I went 2 weeks ago and got a ton of stuff, which is probably part of the reason why I had kind of a difficult time today. But I really enjoy this thrift store because I know exactly where the money is going and to what kind of charities and organizations they're helping fund. So I try to support them as much as I possibly can. I really have been in the mood to try new things. So you see me stop and look at some like vases, pottery. I don't know what I'm looking at though, so I just keep walking because I assume that these are not very expensive things. And one thing I wanted to draw your attention to is no, your screen does not have a smudge on it. It is my GoPro. I'm just gonna apologize for it one more time, otherwise I'll keep apologizing for it over and over again throughout the video as I notice it and as it distracts me. But you'll notice that I'm in, again, like the plates, home goods, kitchen area. I don't know what I'm looking at. And furthermore, they don't really have a ton of stuff here. If you see that I've, left behind something amazing though, please let me know in the comments. I feel like that's one of the best ways I can learn. The next section I went to is the men's area. It was on my way to the shoes, and I found this Tommy Bahama button-up shirt. I don't like to pick up button-up shirts, but I got this one because one, it was only $2.49. Two, it was made of a silk wool blend. And three, it was a size extra large tall. I also looked at the hat. It looked like it was in really good shape. I just don't do well with hats, so I left it behind. This is another Tommy Bahama shirt, I believe, and this one is made of Tencel lyocell. So I go ahead and pick it up because, again, it's in that same extra large tall size. Probably the same person donated it. And I believe I find one more Tommy Bahama piece, that polo right there, and you will actually see that later in a haul. I spent the majority of my time looking at shoes just because lately I've really enjoyed selling them. The return on them is great. There are a lot of shoes at my thrift stores and a lot of them are in really good shape. I'm not an expert when it comes to shoes. I definitely still don't know what all the best brands are, but I'm learning, and I feel like one of the best ways to learn is to just go to different thrift stores, look at the shoes, feel the shoes, hold the shoes, and when you come across something that feels like it is quality and you maybe recognize the brand from watching YouTube videos, look it up, look up the comps, and that's how I've learned the little that I've learned. These are a pair of Nikes. They were just really ugly to me, and I think there was actually a good amount of wear on them that you couldn't see as I was showing them to you, so I ultimately decided to pass on those. I do pick up some other Nikes. I'm sure some of you are going to leave me comments and be like, those were actually worth $100, but instead I got these Crocs because I'm an old person, I guess. I don't know. Crocs are so in. They actually move really fast for me, and those are actually a really good pair of Crocs, and I'll talk about them later. That was a pair of cowboy boots. I don't know anything about cowboy boots, and even though those were made in the USA, they just did not feel good. Like, I don't think they were made of real leather, and I think I looked up, what they were made of, and it wasn't real leather. I come across a pair of really interesting shoes, and upon closer inspection, they're the Steph Curry Under Armour, like 2.5 or something like that. I thought they were really funky. The colorway is really weird, but I don't know very much about them, so I go ahead and put them in my cart. However, later when I run comps, I realize, they're only selling for like $25-ish, so I ultimately end up leaving them behind because I think they were priced at like $8. These are a pair of Nike Zoom Windflow 5 shoes, and I go ahead and put them in my cart as well. Finally, this pair of Asics. Asics can do really well, but when I looked up comps for these, I learned that they were a volleyball shoe, and I have a ton of volleyball shoes in my closet, in my eBay store that just are not moving, so ultimately I end up leaving these behind as well, even though they're in really great condition, but I don't want to spend $8 on things that just are not selling for me. There's like a good number of dress shoes here. I'm trying not to pick up too many dress shoes, although I have been selling some. I just sold a pair of Allen Edmond dress shoes in like a size 14 AAA, super narrow, for $50, but I've had them for 2 years. So, if I have to keep waiting 2 years to sell dress shoes, I'm not really here for that. This is a Guy Fieri pot. I was hoping maybe it was something a little more interesting. Not like I would even know if I saw an interesting pot because I don't know anything about pots and pans, but I know enough to know that the Guy Fieri pot, that's not it. Now I'm in this section of kids' shoes. I do like looking at kids' shoes, and there are some kids' shoes that can actually make you some good money. Brands like Play, Native, there's some, but I don't see any of those really great brands. So here I spot some Converses, and they're actually in pretty great shape, but I believe they were priced at $5 or $6, and I thought I'd maybe be able to get like 18 to 20 for them, so I just left them behind. These are a really cute pair of like little camo boots, but there was no brand associated to them really, so I left those behind too. And just kind of looking around too to see if there's anything for my own kids. I love thrifting shoes for them as well, just because shoes for kids are expensive. And as I keep moving, there are a pair of Vans right there. I don't know why I don't even pick them up. I feel like maybe they were just too dirty or something. They look fine on the camera, so I don't know why I didn't inspect them closer. These I got though, and I got them for my son. and then he tried them on and he was like, so that was a little sad, but I should hopefully be able to sell those for around $20. And I think I paid like $3. I think they were $2.99. Here I get into like a super deep squat so that I can see everything on the floor. Okay, it's not that impressive. I am 5 feet tall. I don't have very far to travel, but sometimes the best things are on the floor. Not this time, but sometimes. So I always make sure that I check out, the things that they've placed on the ground as well. I do find another pair of boots. I can't tell if they're good. I can't find like a brand name or anything. They just feel so cheap to me, so I go ahead and put them back. And finally, I'm in the women's section. I don't find too much here, and I think again it's because I really hit the shoes hard just 2 weeks ago. I'm seeing a lot of the shoes that I left behind 2 weeks ago, and so even though they are constantly putting new stuff out, I'm not really seeing a lot of new stuff that is super exciting to me. Another pair of cowboy boots that I know nothing about. I need to just take a day at some point and just research all the cowboy boots and what to look out for. These were interesting. They were like slide-on sandals, and they really reminded me of like Birkenstocks or Mephistos, but there wasn't really a brand on them. I couldn't find a brand. I was in a rush. I didn't feel like spending a lot of time searching. This was a pair of shorts that really looked like maybe they were Chubbies or something. I've never actually found Chubbies myself, but I know they can sell in that $30 to $50 range. I think those were like a pair of Hanes though, so definitely left those behind. And I think this is the last little section of women's shoes, if I'm not mistaken. So I looked through really quickly, see if there's anything that I didn't pick up the last time I was here on Valentine's Day. I think I do pick up those Mary Janes, and I do put them in my cart. But, upon further inspection, there is some wear on the exterior. I also have another pair of Mary Janes just like that, so I end up leaving them behind. Again, I think they were like $6 to $8. I just didn't feel like the return would be worth it. And then there's a ton of these SAS shoes, like SAS, that stands for San Antonio shoes. They're really great comfort shoes. A lot of people with like diabetes wear them. I end up not getting any of them because I have like 2 or 3 pairs, again, in my inventory that aren't moving. This pair of Asics I do end up getting because they're in really great shape. I think they're Asics. When I got them home though, I realized that they smell really strongly of cigarette smoke, so I have sprayed them very liberally with a spray that's supposed to remove odor, and I have them sitting in my garage, and that's where they'll live. Those blue shoes, they look like they're amazing. I don't know what they are, but like on film they just look really good, and I feel like I left something really good behind. I don't know why I didn't even pick them up to inspect them, but I don't know. It'll just be a mystery. These boots, they are by the brand, it looks like AD1. I don't know anything about them. I did spend some time actually looking up comps in the store. I couldn't find much, but you'll see them at the end of the video in the haul. I do a double take on this nightgown just because I'm wondering if it's worth something. I forgot what the brand is. It's not. I mean, it's vintage, but there were a bunch of stains all over it. That's not really my cup of tea as far as, selling that kind of stuff. So here I am again, just trying to see if I can find some pots and pans to sell or any type of appliance, anything that's new in the box. You can see there's just not much on these shelves to begin with. Either someone came in and cleaned it out before I got there, or this just isn't the kind of stuff that is being, brought to this particular thrift store, which is fine because I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, I don't know if I've made that clear. I don't know what I'm doing. There is this interesting pot on the wall that's hanging, and I can tell that maybe it's something. I look it up, and the brand is Miro, I believe, Mirro. Is this what you would call a saucepan? I'm not even sure. It was made in the USA, which is the reason why I do decide to look up some comps for it, because I want to figure out, is this worth some money? I've heard of people, buying pots and pans and selling them for so much money, and I know that every time I don't look through this section at the thrift store, I could potentially be leaving so much money behind. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through some comps. I've got a ton of notifications on my phone, but I'm going to look through some comps, and I'll show you how I do it with a few things. And I'll also show you the kind of research that I do using a free app called Google Lens. It's what helps you just, find other items that look exactly like yours on Google, which is really nice. So I'm typing, whatever information I can find about this pot. I'm finding that comps are around like $14, $15. I think that's even with free shipping on some of these items. Whenever I look up comps, I always look at what's listed, but I always look at what's sold as well, because people can list things for whatever they want, but what really matters is how much are things selling for. This pot, I think they only want like $2 for it, but for me to make, $15 in gross sales, I don't know, for me it's just not the pot to start out with. So I definitely feel like maybe I am adding one extra step. If I am, let me know. But what I do is I take a picture of the item, and then I go to my Google Photos app on my phone, and from there I select the picture that I want to use Google Lens on. And when I press Google Lens, and of course I didn't get it in the frame, but when I press the little icon for Google Lens, I'll pop it up here so you can see what it looks like. It'll show you some other sites that have pictures of that same exact item, which is really cool because sometimes it's the original website that the item, is coming from. Sometimes it's actually hits from like Poshmark or eBay, and oftentimes you can learn the style name. You can find out some more information about the item, including how to price it. After spending a ton of time, checking comps, putting a lot of shoes back because they're just not worth the purchase, I do look through the jeans really quickly, and I come across this pair of Citizen of Humanity jeans. They're like the Danny cropped skinny leg or something like that. They're in really great shape. They're not like the best style, but I think they had them priced really low. I'm trying to remember exactly how much, like definitely under $5. So I just went ahead and picked those up as well. And then I also find a pair of Suki skinny jeans. Silver Suki jeans. That style, the Suki style from Silver, does really well for me. I usually get like $25, $30 for them pretty quickly, so I go ahead and pick those up as well. And for whatever reason, there are a ton of that kind of jean, especially that brand Silver, in my area, and because I'm able to find a lot of it for really cheap, I go ahead and pick it up. This pair of jeans that I'm checking out right now, I'm hoping that they're the brand Driftwood, because that's a really great brand. They are not. They're something super cheap, like Almost Famous or something like that. And after looking through the rest of the jeans and pants, there just really isn't anything else that gets me excited. And I also have a huge tub of bins in, my workstation that need to get photographed. So really, I have no business being in this area right now, looking through all the jeans. I have a lot of bottoms that I need to get photographed and listed. Okay, so you saw the things that I was finding, and I kind of explained it in the video. It was picked pretty dry just because I had gone there 2 weeks before, and they're always refilling, the store, but I don't know, I just wasn't having a lot of luck. I also don't do my best thrifting when I'm rushed, and I definitely was rushed, but those were my circumstances. Regardless, I think I will make some money, and I will share with you just how much money I think I can make. So I'll start with probably my least interesting find of the three that I'm going to show you. I mean, to be fair, none of them are super interesting. I'm really selling you on this haul. None of them are like super exciting, but they will make me money. So this is a Tommy Bahama extra large tall blue short sleeve polo shirt. So I got it for a couple of reasons. I mean, I think I'll make maybe $25 on this if I'm lucky. I'll probably list it on eBay for like $24.99 with, shipping. I'll ask for like $4 for shipping, or maybe like $27.99 with free shipping. And I'll list it on Poshmark for like $25. I feel like it would sell on eBay, but you never know. But one of the reasons I picked it up is because of the fact that it is made out of Tencel and lyocell. So it's got like a really interesting texture, but there are some people who really like that material. So if you do find like Tencel especially, it's a really great keyword to put in your listing title, just because some people are actively searching for it. So is it exciting? No. Is it an essential though, as we head into spring and summer? It is. It's absolutely an essential. So I picked it up. Will I actually get $25 for it? Pretty doubtful. Like if I get an $18 offer, maybe even a $15 offer, would I accept it? Yeah, I probably would. So the next thing I'll show you is this pair of, and that was $2.50. So there's $2.50. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I went over by 50 cents, and that's because my stuff wasn't that exciting. So basically I'm forfeiting, and I don't care. That's fine. All right. This is a pair of men's Crocs, and they don't look like, the typical water clog Crocs that people are used to seeing, but they are like, I think you could wear these to work. Like if you, are a guy and you work in an office or something, I think these are like completely appropriate even for the office. So for that reason, I feel like, you know, it's a really great pickup. I could see a lot of people wanting just more comfortable shoes, especially like as people are going back to work after being home for so long. It's really hard to force ourselves to like wear these uncomfortable things again. So these are really nice. It says triple Crocs comfort on the inside, and on the tag, first of all, they're size 11, but it shows the date of July of 2019. So it also shows that this is a really new shoe. It's a really new style. I did look it up and I already forgot what the style is. I'll put some information down here. They also are in such great condition to the point that like I feel like, are they new? Like, look at that. And I mean, Crocs generally can be very clean sometimes because of the fact that this is all like rubber basically. But I don't know, there's like not really any wear. So I think they're in really great condition, which is great. And I think I can get 35 for these. Crocs, you know, they sell really well. They're like a hot brand right now, and they will hopefully sell really fast too. So I'm shooting for 35. I think it's a good size. It's a good style. It's good for people going back to work. It's good for even just running errands in. Right? I have big dreams for those. And those are probably the best thing that I got. This is the next thing. I was actually kind of excited about these because, well, I'll explain why. So these are the Nike Zoom Windflow 5 sneakers. They're in really great shape. I don't know very much about Nikes. Nikes, to be quite honest with you, scare me a little bit because there's just so many Nikes out there, and the brand dates back so far. So, you know, you don't know if what you have is current. You don't know if what you have is like 10, 15 years old. And I don't really care to do the research on it because I just am not super into Nikes. But these Nikes, first of all, are a size 9.5, and they are from January of 2018. So again, not like a super old style or a super old shoe, and they're in really great shape. So you can see the treads on the bottom too, like they're in really great shape. The exterior is in really great shape, like the uppers and stuff. And at first I got excited because when I looked up comps, I was looking more at like what they were listed for, and there were some listed for like 40, 50, some even as high as like 60 or 70, but those were new. I think for the most part though, if I'm lucky, I will get 35 for these as well. Again, if I'm lucky. Those were my 3 things. I have one bonus thing I want to show you, and it's not even a bonus thing. It's really just my plea to you to help me because I don't know what they are. But let's see. I spent $15.50. That was pre-tax. So once you add in tax, it's actually a little bit more than that. But I think that from those 3 things, maybe I could make $95. That's like gross sales. That's like reaching kind of it. Realistically, probably closer to like $80. And after fees and, you know, if I do any shipping or anything like that, I don't know, maybe we're looking more at like 60, but turning $15 into $60, I'm pretty cool with that. And I feel like these are things that will hopefully sell pretty quickly and I won't have to sit on them for a long time. So the last thing I want to show you is this. You saw me in the vlog pick these up just because they seem like really great quality, and I couldn't leave them behind. So it's this pair of boots, and I don't know what to make of them. So it says, I think it says AD1, and like on the back it has this interesting little logo, and then on the bottom it says Skyline. I'm showing it to you upside down. And on the inside, so this is why I got it too. It's like, it's got this little thing. I don't remember what this is called, but like I like when boots have this kind of stuff because if you are outside in the snow or something and you have snow pants or like a snow bib, the snow pants have a lining on the inside that, you know, have an elastic around the ankle, and that you're supposed to put in here. And then you're supposed to have the snow pants on the outside. So I really like this thing. I'm sure there's like an official word for what this is. I don't remember what it's called. And then on the inside, it says Skyline Montebello. Skyline Montebello. It's a size 7. I kind of feel like they're a women's 7. And they were made in China, so it's not like they're US made or anything. I feel like they're supposed to be waterproof, hence, you know, this thing right here. Like, I think you're supposed to wear these in wintry weather. I feel like they're really well made. I just have no idea what they are. I literally looked for like 30 minutes yesterday hoping that I had found something amazing. I'm not including this in the $15 challenge. I just want to see if you guys know anything. I tried searching AD1. I tried searching Skyline and Skyline Montebello. Nothing. I don't know. I just got no hits. So I don't know how to price these. And I paid $8 for them. I just wanted to see what happened. I think I'll just price them kind of high and see what happens. Like maybe for $50. $50, $75. This is not the best time to be listing these either. They're also really heavy. It's not the best time to be listing them because we're, exiting winter now and heading into spring, and people are definitely starting to shop for, their sandals and warmer weather shoes. But I don't know. I couldn't leave them behind. Let me know too if you would have picked these up. They were in great condition. I just couldn't leave them, and so those are all the things that I got. I already know that I probably didn't win, and that's okay, but I had a blast connecting with a bunch of other resellers and just putting myself in an uncomfortable position and seeing how I did. It's nice to kind of like force yourself to try things in a new way sometimes, and you never know. Sometimes you have that random half hour, you pop into a thrift store and you come out with gold. So, I was hoping that this would be one of those times. It wasn't, but you win some and you lose some. So now that you have finished watching my video, please make sure that you go and you check out all these other ones. I promise some of these people have fire items that they found. And you're going to learn a lot if you visit all these channels and see what kinds of things they picked up. So definitely head on over there, subscribe to their channels. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure that you do, and hit that like button on your way out too, if you don't mind. So that's it for this video. Thank you, Courtney, for putting this together. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. What's happening here? Like, what is this?